The air hits you first. It's thick, heavy with the scent of salt and sweet tropical flowers. The C-17 Globemaster's ramp lowers with a hydraulic groan. Bright, unforgiving sunlight floods the cargo bay. This isn't a desert. This isn't a frozen mountain pass. This is Trinidad. For the men and women of this specialized U.S. unit, it's the new front line. Their boots hit the hot tarmac at Piarco International Airport. The mission here is different. It's complex. It's about partnership. It's about security in a region often overlooked but critically important to American interests. They are not an invasion force. They are a small, highly skilled detachment. Their purpose is collaboration, not conquest. They are here to work alongside the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. The goal is to build capacity, to share knowledge, and to counter shared threats. These threats are not always conventional armies. They are drug traffickers using quiet coves as smuggling routes. They are transnational criminal organizations exploiting porous borders. They are the subtle, creeping instabilities that can threaten an entire region. The drive from the airport is an immediate immersion. Steel pan music drifts from a passing car. The vibrant chaos of Port of Spain unfolds around their convoy. Brightly colored houses cling to steep hillsides. Street vendors sell doubles from bustling carts. The scenery is a stark contrast to the sterile environment of a typical military base. For these soldiers, this is not just a deployment, it is a cultural deep dive. They are trained to observe, to listen, and to understand. The Trinidad mission is underway. The day starts before the sun. At 0500 hours, the barracks are already buzzing with quiet activity. There's no bugle call, just the self-discipline of professionals. Soldiers check their equipment. They clean their weapons. They prepare for the day's tasks. The Caribbean humidity is already present, a constant companion. Physical training is first. It's not a simple run around a track. It's a grueling session on the beach. The soft sand resists every step, turning a 3-mile run into a test of pure grit. They push through it. Sweat mixes with the salty air. This is about more than just fitness. It's about building the mental toughness required for the unpredictable challenges that lie ahead. After PT, it's time for the morning briefing. Intelligence reports are reviewed. They discuss maritime traffic patterns. They analyze information on potential smuggling activities. The focus is sharp and technical. They are looking for needles in a haystack. A small boat off its usual course. Unusual chatter on a monitored frequency. Every piece of information is a tile in a much larger mosaic. The U.S. team and their Trinidadian counterparts sit together. They share insights. They challenge assumptions. This is where the partnership is forged, in the meticulous, unglamorous work of piecing together a puzzle. The rest of the morning is dedicated to specialized training. For some, it's language immersion. Learning local slang and dialect is crucial for effective communication. Misunderstanding a single word could compromise an entire operation. For others, it's technical maintenance on sophisticated surveillance equipment. These high-tech tools are essential for monitoring the vast maritime domain around the islands. The heat is a constant factor. It can cause equipment to overheat and personnel to fatigue. Every task must be performed with precision, despite the draining conditions. There is no room for error. The afternoon brings operational planning. The training ground is not a manicured firing range. It is the dense, unforgiving jungle of Trinidad's northern range. The canopy is so thick that daylight struggles to break through. The sounds are a constant symphony of exotic birds and unseen creatures. Here, the environment itself is the primary adversary. U.S. soldiers must learn a new set of rules. Some are accustomed to desert warfare. Some are accustomed to urban warfare. The jungle doesn't care about rank or technology. It demands respect. It punishes the careless. Every step is a lesson in situational awareness. A vine can trip you. A snake can be hidden under a leaf. Joint exercises are the core of the training mission. One scenario is a mock raid on a simulated drug processing camp deep in the jungle. U.S. Special Forces advisors don't just lead, they embed with Trinidad and Tobago's Special Naval Unit. They move together through the undergrowth. They communicate with hand signals. They breach the target as a single, cohesive team. The Americans might introduce a new room-clearing technique. The Trinidadians show how to move silently through dense undergrowth. Communication equipment can be unreliable under the thick canopy. Navigation is a nightmare. GPS signals are often lost. They rely on old-school map and compass skills. And then there's the wildlife. Fertilized snakes, scorpions, biting insects. Soldiers learn from their Trinidadian partners how to identify dangerous plants and animals. They learn which streams are safe to drink from. They learn how to build shelters from natural materials. This is survival training at its most elemental, a humbling experience that builds deep, mutual respect. Beyond tactics, the jungle forges bonds, huddled under a poncho during a sudden tropical downpour, sharing rations while pulling security at night, helping a teammate navigate a treacherous river crossing. In these moments, uniforms and nationalities fade away. They are simply soldiers, relying on each other to survive and complete the mission. These shared hardships create a level of trust you can't get in a sterile training facility. It's real, it's raw, and it's essential. The mission in Trinidad extends far beyond military exercises. It's about building relationships with the local community. It's a hearts and minds campaign fought not with weapons but with handshakes and acts of service. After a training week, you might find U.S. soldiers not at a bar but at a local school in a remote village. They are not in combat gear. They are in t-shirts and work pants. They are painting classrooms. They are repairing a playground. They are helping to install a new water purification system. This is a different kind of engagement, but it is just as critical to national security. These community projects are carefully chosen with local leaders. They are not handouts. They are partnerships. The goal is to address a genuine need identified by the community. U.S. military engineers work alongside local volunteers fixing a storm-damaged community center. It sends a powerful message. The American presence is about more than countering threats. It's about being a good neighbor. Soldiers interact with ordinary Trinidadians. They share stories. They learn about the local culture. These interactions break down stereotypes and build human connections. Food is a universal language in Trinidad. Soldiers are invited to share meals with Trinidadian families. They are introduced to new flavors. Curried crab and dumplings, bacon shark at Maracas Bay, close-up, fiery pepper sauce. These moments of shared hospitality are invaluable. Around a dinner table, soldiers are no longer just representatives. They are guests. They are friends. They talk about their families. They talk about their homes. They talk about hopes for the future. These informal settings lay the deepest foundations of trust. Cultural exchange goes both ways. U.S. soldiers share their traditions, baseball game with locals, basketball game with locals. Soldiers cook a classic American barbecue for hosts. Cultural diplomacy is essential. These soldiers become ambassadors. They build a reservoir of goodwill more lasting than military hardware. Real-world crises are the ultimate test of any partnership. During one deployment, a tropical storm unexpectedly veered and slammed into the northeastern coast of Tobago. It was not a hurricane, but the torrential rain caused flash floods, landslides. A remote fishing village was completely cut off, roads were washed out, communication lines were down. The Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force launched a relief effort, and their U.S. partners were right there with them. This was not a drill. This was a real-world emergency, and there was no time to waste. A U.S. Navy Seahawk helicopter stationed in Trinidad for joint counter-narcotics training was immediately repurposed. The mission changed from surveillance to search and rescue. A mixed team of American aircrew Trinidadian soldiers boarded the aircraft. The Trinidadian soldiers knew the terrain intimately. They could point out where the villages were located and where people were likely to be trapped. The American pilots had the advanced avionics night-flying capabilities to navigate the treacherous weather. It was a perfect fusion of local knowledge and technical expertise. They worked as one unit, driven by a singular purpose: to save lives. The helicopter crew spotted a group of families stranded on a small patch of high ground surrounded by rising floodwaters. The landing zone was tight, a tiny clearing surrounded by downed trees. The U.S. pilot, guided by hand signals from a Trinidadian soldier leaning out the door, skillfully maneuvered the aircraft into position. They worked quickly, airlifting villagers, including children and the elderly, to safety. On the ground, U.S. medics worked alongside Trinidadian first responders, treating injuries and providing comfort. There was no us and them, there was only the team. That operation became a defining moment for the detachment. The story of the joint rescue spread through the islands. It was a tangible demonstration of the partnership's value. The soldiers involved didn't see it as something extraordinary. They saw it as their duty. It was about human connection. It was about being there for each other when it mattered most. What makes the U.S. military experience in Trinidad so unique? It's not about the scale of the force, it's about the nature of the mission. This is not a traditional deployment combat patrols, it is a mission of quiet professionals, collaboration, cultural immersion, strategic partnership. The measure of success is not territory gained, but relationships built. It's the trust forged in a humid jungle. the knowledge shared in a joint briefing room, the goodwill earned by helping to repair a village school. This is military engagement for the 21st century. The Caribbean setting itself shapes every aspect of life and work. The beauty is breathtaking, but it masks a complex operational environment. The same turquoise waters that attract tourists can conceal fast-moving boats, smuggling drugs and smuggling weapons. The same lush rainforests that are home to incredible biodiversity can provide cover for illicit activities. Soldiers must learn to see the island through two lenses at once, as a place of vibrant culture and natural wonder, and as a strategic crossroads with real security challenges. This duality requires a level of focus and adaptability unique to this theater. The personal growth for the soldiers who serve here is immense. They become more than just warfighters. They become diplomats. They become teachers. They become students. They learn to navigate complex cultural landscapes. They learn to see a problem from their partner's perspective. They learn that the most effective weapon in their arsenal is often not a rifle, but an understanding of the local language and customs. They leave Trinidad with a broader worldview and a deeper appreciation for the power of building alliances. These are lessons that will stay with them for the rest of their military careers and beyond. Ultimately, the story of the U.S. military in Trinidad is a story of connection. It's about a global power working hand in hand with a proud island nation to achieve common goals. It's a testament that shared security is built on a foundation of shared respect and understanding. In an age of complex global threats, this small detachment in the Southern Caribbean offers a powerful model for the future.